I find that my vlogs are always kind of asking and attempting to answer the same question. I was writing about it, but I think I'm realizing that instead of trying to come up with a new story every single time I film a vlog, which feels kind of inauthentic, I should just lean into the fact that I am always asking kind of the same question, which is like how to be creative and free in a world that doesn't encourage that or doesn't have that as a value. Instead of seeing this as like some sort of like flat story structure where I'm just asking this question and then I'm answering it and then it finishes, maybe it's like some sort of spiral where I'm just returning to this question like every single weekend, every single time that I film one of these kind of vlog style videos. You know, taking all these different little pieces of my life and things that I enjoy, my hobbies, the people that I care about, my favorite foods, styles and tastes, and arranging them together in this kind of small documentary where I'm documenting a way of approaching this question today. Yesterday I watched this video of this man on Instagram. He was putting together a chandelier out of like a bunch of pieces of vintage blown glass that he had. So he had these little like glass, I think they were like glass olives, glass like pendants, I guess like wall fixtures, and he put them together and built this chandelier. And there was something about that, this kind of like, I love the way that he arranged the chandelier. It was so unique. It was not how I would have done it, and it was not my style at all, but to watch his arrangement come together and his kind of inspirations and tastes come together in this final product of like a physical chandelier was so inspiring to me. I have to imagine that filming something like this helps my writing practice, but also just helps me to see how I make sense of the world as time passes. And again, that eternal question that I really don't feel like I'll ever find an answer to, but kind of will be living within for the rest of my life, which is this kind of question of, yeah, what does freedom look like?
Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o teu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinho o sol nasceu. Deu esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto tempo a dar pra fazer o frio evaporar. Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que o gelo vou ser o seu calor.
I love the inside of the sink.
Já sei como é.
Okay, the final.
Play Ram by Paul and Linda McCartney.
Archive Collection by Paul and Linda McCartney.
I have to quickly talk before I get copyrighted. He got this album, and he got this album, which is why he wants to listen to Ram, and I got, it's like a vintage maple rolling pin, and that's basically all we got. It looks very well loved, and it's just it's a kitchen staple, so listen to. How does it feel?
Just good. Brewing company.
Now playing Another Day Remastered 2000.
This, at least the gateway one, was like I expected it to be more.
Working full-time is brutal. Writing and reading is my favorite way to feel like I'm free. I write almost every single day. I try to read as much as I can, but really I feel like I've been falling behind on my writing and reading goals. I mean, my favorite time to write and read is like 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Anything after that is just ridiculous. Usually that's about the time when I like to start going out and making dinner and drinking some wine and going on a long walk to the middle of nowhere and back. I don't really find that's a great time for me to write, and I've never loved to write at that time. But the issue is obviously now working this 9 to 5 job. 7 to 2 is my schedule. Every single day I'm at the office working on writing something else for somebody else, and that's quite depressing. I got a drink with one of my old professors turned friends. Now we're really just good friends, but one of my old professors, and we were talking about identification. That's what he was warning me about. He said that, you know, he really started kind of getting himself out of this depression that he was feeling around, you know, ambitions and career in life when he stopped identifying so much as an academic. He said that, you know, identifying as an academic, doing what he thought academics should do, was making him go crazy. And actually it was doing something which he would have previously found boring, which he said was gardening, and reading things that he never thought he'd be reading. That was when he started to feel more like himself. He was warning me about identifying too much with working for the government, which there's no risk of that, I don't think. I truly do see that as something I'm just doing right now, but I think when it comes to writing and reading, because it is something that I've done for so long, that I care so much about, that sets me free in such a way, I do feel myself identifying as a writer and a reader. I mean, maybe there's nothing wrong with that identification unless it becomes too formal. Yeah, I've been trying to not maybe identify myself so much with those things, but at the same time also trying to calibrate my life to fit those goals and aspirations. So clearly, 5 days a week, I'm not going to be able to write and read in the way that I want to. That's really tough. But my weekends are my chance to kind of make up for those 5 days. And I mean, maybe not putting it like that puts a lot of pressure, but maybe it's something like my weekends are an opportunity to do something that sets me free. And I think that this morning I'm grabbing brunch with a friend, and I really do need to get going because I need to be there soonish, and the bridge is closed. Oh, I just remembered. But she's bringing her watercolor set, and I'm bringing I think I'm going to print off a draft of some writing that I've been working on and just edit that and work on that. But anyways, I think that one way to not identify so much with this idea I've got in my head of what it means to be a writer is to not take it so seriously. And part of not taking it seriously is to live in kind of the harmony of life, to appreciate that what makes us a good writer and a good reader is not just doing the thing, but also spending time with other people, doing other things, hopefully eating a warm pastry and having some coffee. I feel quite spacey. I haven't had coffee. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just a ramble. I mean, it's just my attempt to answer this question about freedom and whatnot. This morning I'm wearing this lovely silk blouse that I bought at a secondhand store, and then my vintage Levi's. Fashion is another way that I feel free. I love fashion and clothes. Oh, and this necklace. It's a little bird. It's very nice.
Because I wasn't sure, like the turns were so sharp, and I wasn't sure what was it for.
Very much like people who are on a walk or like from the neighborhood.
Oh.
But yeah.
And one of them was like mission planning, which I...
Yeah. I had very similar. Yeah, it's not great.
It's tough.
I'm just finishing getting ready for the day. We're going to it's beautiful outside. Okay, good. It was raining last night. We're going to a festival in the city. It's the Heritage Festival, and it's got all these different vendors, like cultural centers and stuff like that, come down and cook and run these booths with foods from their culture, and you basically just buy tickets and then you can get food. It's a really cool festival. I have to wear these little, maybe you could zoom in on them, these like Doc Martens that I got them from the thrift store, and they're very worn in and muddy because apparently it's supposed to be muddy at the park level. What do you think? Did they go with the outfit? Tired this morning. Okay, we're walking there.
Step over.
Through the woods a little bit, but apparently it's only a 10-minute walk from here.
It's a nice little.
It's quite the walk.
I'm like strategically.
That was a very overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jodar just slipped, so he's medical timeout,
Oh my god. Oh, they're like, you're allowed to take medical if you fall.
I guess.
Anyways, that was very overwhelming. I just have